Hey everyone, and welcome back for another deep dive. We are dropping into Call of Duty Black Ops 6 today.
Dropping in.
Specifically, some Season 2 leaks have surfaced.
Oh, yeah.
And one new feature that is getting a ton of buzz.
Yeah, that's right. We've got an article from Gameranx detailing a quality of life update.
Okay.
Plus, some pretty intriguing notes from Black Ops 6 YouTuber.
Interesting.
DreadKnots 1, who's apparently doing a video about this very soon.
Okay, so get this.
Yeah.
It revolves around challenge tracking.
Challenge tracking.
You know those Camo and Calling Card grinds that have us pulling our hair out?
Oh, yeah.
Season 2 might actually make them fun.
They're certainly trying to make things less frustrating.
Yeah.
What's interesting is this feature isn't entirely new. Remember Modern Warfare 3 back in 2023?
Oh, yeah.
It had a challenge tracking system, and its absence in Black Ops 6 was a glaring omission for many players.
Okay, wait, hold on. Before we get too excited about camo tracking,
Yeah.
you brought up Warzone. Do we know if this applies to Battle Royale as well? Because that would be massive.
And unfortunately, the article doesn't specify.
Oh.
It seems to be focusing on multiplayer and zombies modes for now.
Gotcha.
Definitely something to keep an eye on, though. Great question.
Okay, good to know. But for those modes where we do get tracking, what's the rundown? Is it going to be super complex?
No, not at all.
Okay.
It actually seems pretty intuitive.
Okay.
You'll be able to manually select up to 10 camo challenges and 10 calling card challenges per mode to track.
Mm-hmm.
And if you have less than 10 tracked, the ones closest to completion will display automatically.
Okay, I like that. It gives you the flexibility to focus on the challenges you actually care about, right?
Exactly.
No more guesswork or scribbling notes on a napkin.
Yeah, and just think about the psychological impact of that.
Oh, yeah?
Being able to see exactly how close you are to unlocking that coveted camo.
Right.
Both in the lobby and even in-game through the options menu. That's a powerful motivator, and it could really transform the grind from a chore into a more engaging experience.
You know, it's funny you mentioned that DreadKnots 1, the YouTuber, is known for making really digestible content.
Mm-hmm.
And in his notes, he emphasizes how much his audience appreciates straightforward explanation.
Yeah, interesting.
I bet he's going to have a field day with this new tracking system.
Absolutely. It practically screams easy video topic.
Oh, for sure.
He can visually walk viewers through the menus, show the tracking in action, and really break down the benefits for those who might be intimidated by a new feature.
Right.
Knowing DreadKnots 1, he'll probably even find a way to work in some of his signature humor.
Oh, yeah. I can already hear the intro music.
Yeah.
But, you know, speaking of making things smoother,
Okay.
the article also hinted at a bunch of other quality of life updates hitting zombies mode.
Yeah.
What really caught my eye was the co-op pause feature.
Ah, yes. The long-awaited co-op pause.
Yeah.
A feature that honestly should have been there from day one.
I know, right?
Considering how often players need to step away from the game for,
Yeah.
real-life reasons.
But seriously, it's like they're finally acknowledging that not everyone has the luxury of uninterrupted gaming sessions.
Especially in zombies.
Yeah.
Where a single match can stretch on for a while.
Precisely. The ability for the party leader to pause the game mid-match is going to be a lifesaver for so many players.
Oh, yeah.
Imagine you're deep in a tense round.
Right.
Hordes of zombies closing in, and suddenly the doorbell rings.
Or your kid needs help with their homework.
Or your dog decides it's the perfect time to stage a one-dog rebellion against the furniture.
Oh, yeah.
Life happens.
Life happens.
And instead of being forced to choose between abandoning your teammates
Right.
or dealing with a real-life emergency,
Yeah.
you can simply pause the game
Yeah.
and come back to it when you're ready.
It's a small change with a huge impact on the overall co-op experience.
And you know what? It's not just about convenience either.
It's not.
It's about accessibility. Think about players who might have disabilities or caregiving responsibilities
Right.
that make it difficult to commit to long,
Yeah.
uninterrupted gaming sessions.
It's a great point.
Features like this make the game more inclusive and welcoming to a wider range of players.
Absolutely.
Which is fantastic.
It is.
It sends a message that Black Ops 6 values its players' time and understands that real life doesn't always fit neatly into a gaming session.
It's a sign of a game evolving alongside its community.
For sure.
Recognizing that needs and expectations change over time.
Right.
But let's not forget about the frustration of losing your hard-earned resources.
Don't even get me started.
If you do get kicked for going AFK,
Yeah.
they're addressing that too.
Wait, are you serious?
Yeah.
So you're telling me if I get booted for going AFK,
Yeah.
I won't lose all my essence and salvage?
That's right.
That's a huge relief for anyone who's ever rage quit because of that.
It is. You'll get it all back when you rejoin the game.
Wow.
Small change,
Right.
but a big impact on player morale, I'd say.
Definitely.
Speaking of which,
Yeah.
there's another tweak that might seem minor but could make a world of difference.
Okay.
Particularly for players like you who
Yeah.
like to jump between modes.
Now you've got me intrigued.
Yeah.
What else have they cooked up?
No more fiddling around in the menus to switch between your zombies and multiplayer setups.
Really?
With Season 2 Reloaded, you'll be able to customize your HUD presets independently for each mode.
So you're telling me
Yeah.
I can have my zombie slaying HUD all decked out with vital perks and ammo counters, and my run and gun multiplayer HUD optimized for quick target acquisition and mini-map awareness.
You got it.
All set up just the way I like them.
That's exactly right. No more compromises or constant adjustments.
That's amazing.
It's all about giving players more control and making the game feel more personalized.
I'm already feeling less stressed just thinking about it. It's like they took a peek inside my brain and saw all the little things that were bugging me about the Black Ops 6 interface.
And they're not stopping there. Remember how you had to switch between the same HUD settings for zombies and multiplayer before?
Yeah.
Now you can customize your HUD presets for each mode independently.
Wow, that is huge.
No more constant tweaking every time you switch.
It sounds like Season 2 Reloaded is going to be a major quality of life overhaul for Black Ops 6.
It really does sound like it.
But what I'm really curious about is...
Hold that thought.
All right.
We've only just scratched the surface of what Season 2 Reloaded has in store. Remember that article from GamerRanks, the one that sparked this whole deep dive?
Yeah.
Well, buried in there, almost like an Easter egg itself, was a mention of another zombies feature.
Okay.
And honestly, this one might be even bigger than the co-op pause.
Okay, you've officially piqued my curiosity.
Yeah.
We've talked challenge tracking, co-op, pause, HUD customization.
Right.
What could possibly top all that?
Imagine this. You're in a zombies match. You're absolutely crushing it, feeling like an unstoppable zombie slaying machine. You've racked up a ton of kills, upgraded your weapons, gathered a mountain of essence and salvage,
Okay, I'm with you.
and then bam,
Oh, no.
real life comes knocking.
Ugh. Tell me about it.
Your internet drops, the power flickers, your roommate trips over the cord.
Right.
Whatever the reason, you get kicked for being AFK.
Yep.
All that progress, all those precious resources.
Gone.
Exactly. It's a feeling we've all experienced at some point, and it's beyond frustrating.
It is.
But fear no more, my friend.
Okay.
Season 2 Reloaded is finally bringing a fix for this long-standing issue.
Wait, seriously. They're actually addressing the AFK penalty.
Yeah.
All ears tell me they're not just going to give us a pat on the head and say, better luck next time.
Oh, it's much better than that.
Okay.
From what we're gathering, if you get booted from a zombies match for going AFK, your loadout, your essence, your salvage, it'll all be restored when you rejoin the game.
So you're saying it's like that frustrating disconnect never even happened.
Likely.
That's incredible.
I know, right?
They're really going all out with these quality of life improvements.
You really are.
But why do you think they're finally implementing this now after all this time?
It's likely a combination of factors.
Okay.
First, it's clear they've been listening to community feedback. This AFK penalty has been a major pain point for zombies players since launch, and the developers are finally acknowledging that.
Makes sense. But there's got to be more to it than just that, right?
Yeah.
I mean, this seems like a pretty significant change to the game's mechanics.
You're right.
Yeah.
There's also a growing trend in game design towards acknowledging the realities of players' lives.
Yeah.
More and more developers are realizing that not everyone can dedicate hours to uninterrupted gaming sessions.
It's like they're finally accepting that life happens.
Right.
And it shouldn't punish you for it in the virtual world.
Precisely whether you've got kids, a demanding job, or just a mischievous cat who loves to unplug your router at the worst possible moment.
Been there.
These kinds of quality of life improvements go a long way in making the gaming experience more enjoyable and accessible for everyone.
I can already hear the collective sigh of relief from the zombies community.
Oh, yeah.
No more rage quitting over lost progress.
For sure.
But, thinking about it, this AFK loadout restoration isn't just about convenience.
It's not.
It's about accessibility too, right?
Absolutely. Think about players who might have disabilities or chronic illnesses that make it difficult to maintain a stable connection or play for extended periods without breaks. This feature can make a huge difference in their ability to enjoy the game.
It levels the playing field, ensuring that everyone has a fair chance to progress and enjoy the game regardless of their circumstances.
Right.
And that's something worth celebrating.
It is. It speaks to a broader shift in game design towards inclusivity and empathy. It's about recognizing that players come from all walks of life and have different needs and limitations, and that's a beautiful thing.
I couldn't agree more. It seems like the developers are really stepping up their game with these Season 2 Reloaded updates.
Yeah.
They're addressing long-standing issues, streamlining the experience, and making Black Ops 6 feel more welcoming and accessible for everyone.
It's a promising sign for sure.
Yeah.
But let's not get ahead of ourselves. We still need to see how these features play out in practice.
Right.
Will the AFK loadout restoration be truly seamless?
Yeah.
Will there be any unexpected bugs or quirks?
Valid point. We'll have to wait and see how it all shakes out when Season 2 Reloaded actually drops.
That's right.
But for now, I'm cautiously optimistic. I mean, if they deliver on even half of what we've discussed today, it's going to be a major win for Black Ops 6 players.
Agreed. It feels like they're finally starting to listen to the community and understand what players truly want from the game.
And, that brings us back to DreadKnots 1 and his upcoming video on the challenge tracking system.
Oh, yeah.
What do you think his overall take on these updates will be?
Yeah.
He's usually pretty good at gauging the community's pulses.
Yeah. Based on his past videos and his notes, I think he'll be overwhelmingly positive.
Really?
His audience tends to appreciate a good mix of information and entertainment.
Oh, for sure.
And these features are ripe for both.
Yeah.
He can walk his viewers through the new menus, showcase the tracking system in action,
Right.
demonstrate the co-op pause, and really highlight the benefits in a way that's both informative and engaging.
I can already picture it.
Yeah.
Fast-paced editing, snappy commentary, maybe even a few zombie-themed jokes thrown in for good measure.
Oh, definitely.
And knowing DreadKnots 1, he'll find a way to make even the most technical details sound exciting.
Exactly. He'll present it all in a way that resonates with his audience, explaining complex mechanics in a way that even casual players can understand. But beyond just explaining the features, I think he'll also touch on the bigger picture, the developer's commitment to improving the player experience and making Black Ops 6 a more enjoyable game for everyone.
It's almost like these updates are giving content creators like DreadKnots 1 a whole new set of tools to work with.
It really is.
They're not just talking about new maps or weapons anymore. They're talking about things that actually impact the way we play and experience the game on a fundamental level.
Exactly. It's a shift in focus. A recognition that the meta isn't just about kill streaks and weapon stats.
Right.
It's about creating a gaming environment that's welcoming, engaging, and accessible to everyone.
It's funny. Before we started this deep dive,
Yeah.
I was feeling a little burnt out on Black Ops 6.
Really?
The grind was starting to feel like a chore, and I was losing that initial spark of excitement. But now, hearing about all these quality of life improvements...
You're feeling that spark rekindle.
Definitely. It's like they're finally addressing all the little things that were starting to wear me down. The challenge tracking will make the grind feel less aimless. The co-op pause will give me the flexibility I need to juggle real life and zombie slaying, and the AFK loadout restoration will eliminate that gut-wrenching feeling of losing progress due to circumstances beyond my control.
It's amazing how seemingly small changes can have such a profound impact on the overall experience.
It really is. But, while all these practical improvements are fantastic,
Yeah.
I think there's something even bigger at play here.
Go on.
It's like the developers are finally acknowledging that our time is valuable even when we're just goofing off and slaying zombies. They're recognizing that we have lives outside of the game, and they're making concessions to accommodate that.
That's a powerful observation. It speaks to a growing sense of respect between developers and players, a recognition that we're all in this together.
And that's a beautiful thing. But, there's one question that's been lingering in my mind throughout this whole deep dive.
Oh, you tell.
If the developers are willing to go this far to improve the Black Ops 6 experience, what does that mean for the future of the game?
That's a fantastic question. And honestly, I think the answer is anything is possible.
That's not exactly reassuring, but I get what you mean.
Yeah.
We're entering uncharted territory here.
Right.
The developers seem more open than ever to feedback and innovation.
Exactly. If they're willing to implement features like co-op pause and AFK loadout restoration, which fundamentally change the way the game is played, then what else might they be open to?
Okay, now you're getting me excited again. Could this be the start of a new era for Black Ops 6?
It could be.
An era where the developers are truly in sync with the community, where they're constantly iterating and improving the game based on player feedback.
It's certainly a possibility, and it's a possibility that should excite every Black Ops 6 player out there.
So what does this all mean for the average player, the one who's just trying to have a good time blasting zombies and completing challenges?
It means they're being heard, it means their time and their enjoyment are being valued, and it means the future of Black Ops 6 is looking brighter than ever.
I like the sound of that, but before we get too carried away with all this optimism, let's bring it back down to earth for a moment.
Okay.
There's still one crucial question we need to address.
Ah, yes. The question that's been hanging over this entire deep dive, let's just say it's a big question.
The million-dollar question, if you will.
Yeah.
And that question is,
what do you think, dear listener?
exactly what's your take on all this?
Are these quality of life updates enough to reignite your passion for Black Ops 6?
Yeah.
Or are you still holding out for something more?
Something truly groundbreaking, something revolutionary. We want to hear your thoughts. Hit us up on social media, leave a comment, send a carrier pigeon.
Send a carrier pigeon.
However you choose to communicate, let your voice be heard.
Because at the end of the day, the future of gaming is shaped by the players. Your feedback matters. Your opinions matter.
And we're here to amplify those voices.
Yeah.
So let's keep this conversation going. Let's explore the possibilities, challenge the status quo, and imagine a future where games are truly designed with the player in mind.
And on that note, we'll leave you to ponder these questions until next time.
Keep diving deep in.
Yeah.
Never stop questioning. You know, as we wrap up this deep dive into Black Ops 6 Season 2 Reloaded,
Yeah.
it's striking how much attention they're giving to quality of life features.
I know, right?
I mean, we haven't even gotten to the new maps or weapons yet, and I'm already excited.
It's a refreshing change of pace, isn't it?
It is.
It's like they're acknowledging that the foundation of a great game lies in a smooth, enjoyable player experience.
Exactly. And it's not just about fixing bugs or glitches.
Right.
It's about understanding the player's perspective, anticipating their needs, and removing those little points of friction that can really detract from the fun.
You hit the nail on the head, these updates, like the challenge tracking, the co-op, pause, the HUD customization.
Yeah.
They're all about empowering the player and giving them more control over their experience.
And speaking of control, there's one more update we need to touch on, and it's a big one, especially for Zombies fans.
Yes, the AFK loadout restoration. A seemingly minor tweak with major implications.
Okay, for those who haven't been following along,
Right.
break this down for us.
Okay.
What exactly is changing and why should we care?
Imagine you're deep in a zombies match. You've spent the last hour meticulously building up your loadout gathering. Essence, amassing salvage, feeling like a true zombie-slaying badass. And then life throws you a curveball.
In there.
The doorbell rings, your internet connection hiccups. Your dog decides to chew on the power cord, whatever the reason, you get kicked from the game for being AFK.
Yep. A familiar tale of woe for many a Zombies player.
It is. And in the past, that usually meant losing all your hard-earned progress.
You'd log back in, see your empty loadout slots, and feel that sinking feeling of, well, let's just say it's not a pleasant experience.
It's really not. It's the kind of thing that can make you want to rage quit for good.
For sure.
But with Season 2 Reloaded, those days are over. If you get booted for being AFK, your loadout, essence, and salvage will be restored when you rejoin the game.
Now, essence and salvage, for folks who are new to Zombies,
Right.
These are basically in-game currencies you use to unlock upgrades and craft powerful items.
Right.
Losing them due to an AFK kick was a real punch in the gut.
This change is huge, especially for those who might not have the luxury of long, uninterrupted gaming sessions.
It's like they're finally acknowledging that real life doesn't always adhere to our carefully planned gaming schedules.
Exactly.
We have jobs, families, responsibilities,
We do.
and sometimes our furry companions have their own agenda.
It's true.
But seriously, this is a game changer for so many players.
Yeah.
It removes a significant barrier to entry for those who might be hesitant to commit to Zombies due to the fear of losing progress.
Exactly. It's a powerful statement about accessibility and inclusivity, ensuring that everyone has a fair chance to enjoy the game, regardless of their circumstances.
You know, it's funny, we started this deep dive talking about a challenge tracking system for camos and calling cards.
I know, right?
And somehow we've ended up discussing the very nature of game design and the evolving relationship between developers and players.
It's all connected, isn't it?
It is.
These quality of life updates, while seemingly minor on the surface, speak to a deeper understanding of the player's needs and desires.
It's about creating an experience that's not just fun and engaging, but also respectful of the player's time and their real-life context.
And that's a trend we're seeing across the industry, not just in Call of Duty. Developers are realizing that happy, engaged players are the key to a game's long-term success.
It's a win-win situation. Players get a more enjoyable, less frustrating experience, and developers get a loyal, dedicated community.
For sure.
So where do we go from here?
Where do we go?
What does the future hold for Black Ops 6 and for gaming in general?
Honestly, I think the possibilities are endless.
Endless, okay.
If developers are willing to go this far to address quality of life issues, imagine what else they might be capable of.
It's an exciting time to be a gamer. It feels like the industry is on the cusp of a major evolution where player feedback and innovation are driving forces.
Really does.
And who knows what incredible experiences await us just beyond the horizon.
I can't wait to find out.
Well, on that note, we've reached the end of our deep dive.
We've explored challenge tracking, co-op pause, HUD customization, AFK loadout restoration, and so much more.
But as always, the conversation doesn't end here. We want to hear your thoughts, your hopes, your dreams for the future of gaming.
Let us know.
So head over to our social media channels, leave a comment, send us a carrier pigeon. However you choose to communicate, let your voice be heard.
That's right, because ultimately, the future of gaming is in your hands.
Until next time.
Until next time.
Keep diving deep and never stop questioning.